Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with this trio from Ultimate Spider-Man Web Warriors. They are Rhino, SpiderMan 2099 and Green Goblin. Now regular viewers may know when it comes to collecting, Rhino is one of my character focuses. Why? I don't know. Since I was a kid, he's just the kind of big goofy villain that's always tickled my fancy. He's often portrayed as one of Spider-Man's dimmest villains, and as such, somebody's got to stick up for the poor guy, and that dirty job goes to me. So I'd always intended to get this Ultimate Spider-Man Web Warriors Rhino, yet the other two now enter my collection as in store. I was weak-willed and seduced by a buy two get third free promotion. Also released alongside this trio was Spider Knight, who came out on the losing end of the buy two get third free promotion, so I left him on the pegs, and in case you're wondering, Spider Knight is an alternate reality medieval Spider-Man. And they follow the release last year of this foursome comprising Spider-Man, Iron Spider, Miles Morales Spider-Man and Agent Venom. In fact, at the time of their release you may have seen me review this Agent Venom here on my channel. Now looking at Rhino's card back, and the bio reads, able to charge into battle at almost 100 miles per hour, Marvel's Rhino demolishes whatever or whoever gets in his way. Now the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon is quite divisive, what with it often playing fast and loose with the Spider-Man comic continuity that fans love. And Rhino here, for two reasons, embodies the revisionism of that cartoon. And I say that because in the comics, before being granted superpowers, the man who would become the Rhino was already a henchman for hire. So really, in becoming the Rhino, it was a superpowered extension of who the man already was. Whereas in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, the kid is a bullied nerd who becomes the superpowered Rhino, a complete opposite. Maybe that change represents our modern taste for a villain with more of a bittersweet backstory to tug at the heartstrings. Or maybe it's because it's a cartoon for kids, and these days we seem to want to shield our kids from the idea that some people are just born plain bad. The second revision is even more obvious because it's visual, and that's that in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon he ingested mutagenic Rhino DNA, becoming this monstrous Rhino-human hybrid. Whereas in the comics it's just a strong man dressed as a Rhino. To me that's not really a complaint-worthy revision, and it also brings Rhino's origin in parallel with that of Spider-Man's. And really in design it's not that big a leap. I mean, if you painted this face flesh-coloured, you'd have a classic comic Rhino. And I really do like the stocky proportions of him, really gives him a dynamic presence. And while of course the sculpt is very minimal to be in keeping with the cartoon style, I do like that in areas they have worked in the impression of skin texture. Now out of packaging, his horn actually feels quite secure to his head, which I mention because if you watch my toy hunting videos, you'll know the first one of these I plucked off the peg, his horn had fallen off and was rolling around inside the packaging. So that's something you might want to look out for should you pick one of these up in store yourself. Now moving on and upping the ante of villainy with likely Spider-Man's greatest nemesis, the Green Goblin. Reading the bio from his card back, one of the web slinger's smartest enemies, the Green Goblin wreaks havoc on New York City with high-tech weapons like his Goblin glider and pumpkin bombs. Hasbro, it's probably best when you're writing a card back bio not to draw attention to the accessories that you're not including with the toy. Here he is out of packaging, and the immediate thing that strikes me is how much I like the overall posture of the action figure. Now I know we're not looking at high art here, we're talking about toys made for kids. Yet what I like about these is that they have a true to the cartoon dynamic look to them that sets them far apart from those 12-inch Titan Hero shampoo bottle looking things. Now if I said the Rhino was a revision, then this is a whole new level, and if you're a classic comic fan, the look may have you rubbing your eyes or even clutching your heart. But hey, as much as we might love it, at some point the Goblin had to ditch his Party City Halloween mask and pointy hat and shoes and be dragged into the new millennium. Sure, the end result is a bit World of Warcraft with some futuristic armor for added badassery, but I'm not going to complain, as if you don't roll with the times, then the times roll over you. My favourite detail is his left hand with its creepy pose and its claw-like fingers. Comparing it to the right hand, he only has 2 fingers and a thumb there. I don't know if that's a robotic arm or a gauntlet he's wearing. Now moving on and jumping into the future for Spider-Man 2099. And his cardback bio reads, Miguel O'Hara became a web-slinging hero to battle evil in the year 2099. Using ninja-like stealth and incredible spider powers, he fights to restore peace to a dark future. So here is Spider-Man 2099 out of packaging, standing side by side for comparison with his Marvel Legends counterpart. And here you do get a sense of the scale with these web warriors standing a shade under 6 inches tall. And compared to the Legends one further still, the Web Warriors Spider-Man 2099 embodies a brighter, cartoony style red and blue, yet still with a posture and clenched fist that says he's about to kick ass. And if it has one thing on the Legends version, that is that the spider skull detail is actually sculpted, raised in relief, unlike the Legends one where it's just applied in the deco. Saying that, of course, I'd take the Legends version in a heartbeat, but if you're a Marvel fan with children and want to pass on the Marvel collecting bug, then this is a good pick for your kids, with a sturdy playability that won't see them snapping limbs off. Now looking at articulation, and Spider-Man 2099's head rotates side to side. It is just on a ball peg, no neck hinge, but there is some slight movement of his head up and down. Meanwhile, the Green Goblin's head rotates side to side, yet there is no give to the head up and down. Even worse news for Rhino here, who doesn't have any head articulation, well, because he doesn't even have a neck. Then they all have simple arm rotation at the shoulder. Then at the hips, the legs just move backwards and forwards. And that's it for articulation. I think really they're designed for kids just to bash into each other, bury in the backyard and whatnot. Yet that said, speaking as an adult collector, I don't feel embarrassed buying them in the way I would some of the rubbish toy companies put out for kids these days. And if you're in the market for something you can stick on your desk to show off your Spider-Man fandom, you could do a lot worse. Anyway, click the video on the left for a full look at the Agent Venom that cameoed at the top of this video, and for more adult collector friendly Spider-Man fare, click the video on the right for a one-stop playlist for the latest wave of Spider-Man Legends. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.